Hey friends, Dr. Christy here, and I have a bit of a different kind of message today. So, this message is for all moms out there. So, if you're not a mom, go ahead and keep scrolling. Have you ever had a day? Have you ever just had a day where you may come home from work or you've just had one of those days where you're overwhelmed and you're stressed and you're emotional and you had it all together, and then you come home and your kids push and they push and they trigger and they push your buttons until you crack? Because you're human, right? We can only handle so many triggers and so many things before we explode. And sometimes we just don't, flat out, we just don't have the capacity to deal with small humans that can't regulate their own emotions, right? Because guess what? We're human. And so then what happens? I don't know if you've had this experience, but maybe your kid might tell you they hate you. Or maybe your kid might tell you you're the worst mom ever. And then you get to sit with those feelings and handle that in some however way that you can, right? If you haven't been there yet, it might happen, just giving you a fair warning. Guess what? You're human. And motherhood does not come with an instruction manual. And believe me, even though I'm trying to write one, I'm trying to write that series, I have coordinated the chaos through birth and burnout out, and I'm working my next one through toddlerhood tantrums and toilets. And I continue to want to put out this series to support moms that are in this stage of life across the board. And no matter what, there's no instruction manual, because each of us and each of our kids are completely unique and different. And there's only so much that we can do in our own humanness each and every day. So what's today's message? Just keep working on you. Self-care is of uttermost importance in these kinds of scenarios. Raise your resiliency, raise your vibe, raise your own emotional and physical capacity to handle things. Because when you can do that, then A, you're less likely to be triggered when your kids, push and irritate you like this. And B, when you do lose your shit, because let's be honest, we all lose our shit at some point, when you do lose it, you can have some emotional grounding and capacity to then carry it forward and apologize, and carry it forward and talk to them about the scenario afterwards, and have open, honest communication so that they can then have the opportunity to practice empathy towards you and recognize, hey, mom's human too. She doesn't always have it together. But then they can see how to follow through with it even when you mess up. And then it brings you closer in the end. So that is just my message for the day. I hope you all have a beautiful day. If you got any comments, questions, drop them below. And here's to you moms out there. We are doing our best. Take care.